medical community was the Tuskegee experiment.
Right.
And I would like to let you all know that that's not even a drop in the ocean of the type of things that have happened to black people in the name of medicine. We were the people that they would operate and learn how to do certain operations with no anesthesia.
Wow.
There's an example in her book. These are white people writing these reports saying this big buck, they talking about a black man, this big buck took it for a while, but then he passed out. And when he woke up, they were still operating on him, and he passed out again. And then he woke up again, and they're talking about him passing out from the pain
Wow.
of them learning dental procedures and other surgical procedures on black people with no
No
pain
anesthesia.
medication, no anesthesia.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
man.
when we start looking at that reality that's happened in this country, it always comes to black people in the reality of a philanthropist,
Right.
this person that wants to look out for black people, and then we
So-called.
get murdered.
Right.
The whole
So-called.
idea of Tuskegee experiment happened by a so-called philanthropist that was looking out for our community. A big lie.
Right.
When you look at the reality of Planned Parenthood and the number of abortions that are occurring in black and brown neighborhoods around this country, Margaret Sanger posed herself to the black community as a benefit, and she was a murderer. There's no other way and nothing else to put on her name but a murderer.
And you can read some of her words where she
Absolutely.
just talks about the extermination of black people
Absolutely.
and things of that nature. We are here with the man himself, Dr. Akili Graham Muhammad. We got a lot to go into in a short time. I knew this hour wasn't gonna cut it, man. I want to go into talking about water,
Yes.
because there's a lot of different things. We talk about drinking water, alkaline water, and
Yes,
things of that nature. So, what's your take on like alkaline water and the body's alkaline status
Yes, sir.
and things of that nature?
Yeah, another subject matter that's based in a lot of economics. So anybody that's listening, please do me a favor, grab your phone real quick, go to Google, and pull up the pH scale. When you pull up the pH scale, you'll see it goes from 0 to 14. 14 being the alkaline side, 0 or 1 being the acidic side. Our stomach acid is usually on most of these charts either 1 or 2. That's one of the strongest acids on the planet Earth. It will eat through this table. This table that we're sitting at is wood. Our stomach acid, if poured on this table, would eat through the wood.
Is that the hydrochloric acid?
Hydrochloric acid.
Okay, all
Yes,
right,
sir.
all right.
So that is at one extreme of that table. If you look at the other extreme, it's somewhere like ammonia or Clorox, bleach, things of that nature. That's an alkaline substance. Now, where does the body live? At 7.4 to 7.5. If any of you have pulled up the pH scale, that's not alkaline, that's neutral. The body lives at neutral. And I know a lot of people are out here talking about, I'm an apostle of Dr. Sebi. Well, I want to let y'all know something. I had a personal conversation with Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi and I sat together on a plane from Houston to Philadelphia, which is a 4-hour flight, and talked the whole time. And I did bring up to him some of the things that he was talking about that I didn't agree, because I was studying, practicing, experimenting with How to Eat to Live. And in our conversation, he told me that he and I were going to publicly have a conversation about his differences with How to Eat to Live, so that the public would know how to make the right choices.
Right.
I'm only saying that. No disrespect. I have no disrespect for that man.
Absolutely.
Nothing but respect for the brother and all the things that he did. But as a scientist, as I was, one of my labels earlier was a scientist. I am a scientist. So I don't necessarily agree with every other science side. We can disagree
Right.
with respect.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. Most people tie this alkaline thing to Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi, in a lot of his talks, was very scientific. The people that are out here spreading his message are non-scientific. You repeat things, but you don't know how to scientifically explain them. But when it comes to the human body, it lives at 7.4 to 7.5.
Just
Your body,
naturally.
naturally.
Right.
You're fighting to stay there all day, every day. Now, I've been in the hospital, emergency room, ICU units, and I've taken blood out of people. If you're at 7.3, you damn near dead.
Right.
If you at 7.5, you dead.
Right.
7.5. Did y'all hear that? That's on the alkaline side.
So that would be over alkaline if you it's too much, or just
That's just alkaline, period. Like I
Right.
said, we live at neutral.
right.
The
Right.
correct thing for people to say once you understand, is I want my body to be neutral,
Right.
not alkaline.
Right.
If
right.
you're alkaline, you will die very soon.
Gotcha.
So, do we need to think about eating alkaline foods to help bring some of the acidity from the foods that we eat and the high acidity of our hydrochloric acid? Are there things that we need to do in the body to help keep it at neutral? Yes. That is a very worthwhile conversation. But to say I'm trying to get my body alkaline is an ignorant statement, because anybody that promotes that idea just doesn't understand
They don't
how the
understand.
body works.
And to that point, because you'll hear people say, well, disease cannot exist in an alkaline environment. You've heard people say that
Yes, sir.
before, but
Yes,
so that's not necessarily
that's a statement of ignorance.
Right, gotcha.
Disease cannot occur in a state of neutrality.
Gotcha.
People are sick when they're alkaline, and people are sick when they're acidic.
No doubt.
People in this country are mostly acidic. You don't have a lot of people in alkaline states. But if your body is alkaline, you are going to die. That's just scientific fact. And so when it comes to this water, those of you who have the pH scale, people talk about drinking water at the pH of 10 and 11. We live at 7.4 to 7.5. When you put alkaline water at a 9, 10, or 11 in your body, what has to happen? The alkalinity is not in congruence with life. So your body has to start doing what? Holding on to acid to bring the alkaline nature back in line with neutrality. If you put something too acidic in your body, you have to hold on to alkaline substances to bring the acidity back to neutrality. So in all honesty, people that drink alkaline water, you are causing an acidic nature in your body until the body fixes it and brings it back to neutrality. So alkaline water is a trick.
Wow.
It's a money trick. And those of you who are spending your money on alkaline water, hey, I'm speaking science. This is not an attack on anybody, but I tell people all the time, alkaline water is not what I drink. I drink spring water. Why that? Because that's the way God made water. If you go out to a river, you go out to a lake, that's spring water. That sometimes is at a pH of, sometimes it could be high in 7s, 8, but that's very close to 7.4 to 7.5. It doesn't take the body a lot of work to bring that back. But water up there by 10 and 11, it's a lot of work. That is not good for the human body. Wow,
incredible. We all learning. We're learning. We got another call that's been holding for a while. We're gonna get him in real quick and get back to this knowledge. I see you, Randy. What's going on, Randy? Talk to us. Randy, you got to turn your radio down.
Yes, sir. How you doing, sir?
How you doing, Mr. Randy? You got a question or a statement for the doctor?
Yeah. My question for the doctor: what do you take? I'm a diabetic, and every time I go to the doctor, they give me more stuff to take, insulin and pills, and I'm just sick of taking them. And it's time and nothing. I'm saying it works.
Yes, sir. Well, I want to first answer you like this, brother. I told you all that I studied right here in the medical center. I learned from traditional medicine, correct? And then I read a book called How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. In medical school and in my residency program, I was taught that diabetes was not curable. Now, here's the profound effect that this book had on me. Now, here it is. I've been a doctor for about 7, 8 years now, and then I read this statement. This is page 16 on book 1. He says, to you diabetics, eat 1 meal a day and lay off that starch and sugar. They are only making you sick. Write and let me know that you have tried eating once a day, shunning sugar and starches, and before a week's time, y'all hear that? Before a week's time, your urine will be negative of sugar and acid negative. It is ignorant for you to suffer with this disease when it can easily be cured. Just stop eating that which is causing your trouble. I read that and I had to put the book down.
Wow.
Because when I read that and then went back to what I had heard and what I was told and what I believed, I said, damn, either this man don't know what he's talking about or these people are liars. And so I went through a wrestling thing with myself and what I had learned and what I had been telling people for all the years that I had been a doctor. So putting that in medical terminology for you, brother, or just in a scientific way, you don't know what to eat. You don't know how to eat. You don't know how to prepare the foods that you do need to eat in order to take care of your body. And so that specifically would be something that you'd have to reach out to me personally, bro, because I would when it comes to a question like that, I'm not one of these people that just say anything. I approach everything from a scientific perspective. So you have diabetes based on a scientific perspective. Certain things are going in your body, they're acting a certain way, they're not doing the right things, causing your body to get further and further out of line. You go to doctors, all they know of is to give you a pill. Pill stop working, give you insulin. Insulin not working good enough, give you more pills and more insulin. If that's not the direction that you want to go, what I need to do is get a food diary. I'd have to look at what you eat on an everyday basis. And then I can sit down and explain to you exactly why you have the sugars that you have, exactly why your diabetes is going in the wrong direction. And then we just start have to making the changes that you need to go in the right direction so you can get off of those medicines. And I'm not just talking anything. I have one of my best friends in Florida, Miami, Florida, called me a few years ago. He was in the hospital. His sugar was 400.
Wow.
You hear me?
Wow.
400. His sugar was 400, my brother. And the people in the hospital were telling him that he wouldn't be able to leave the hospital unless he had a prescription for pills and insulin. That man had normal sugars within 2 months just by listening to me in the program. Because the first thing I did when I called him, he was still in the hospital. I read him that quote I just read you. And then I asked him, because he's in the nation like I am, I asked him, I said, man, who do you believe? You believe them people, or do you believe the man that wrote this book? He said, I believe the man that wrote that book. I said, then you need to listen to what I'm saying. To date, he has never taken a medication, and he doesn't even have diabetes anymore, bro. So that's the future, but we're gonna have to work together.
Give him your number real quick, brother.
Telephone number to contact me is 8.
Yes, sir.
I mean, this Randy from Aggressive.
Oh, this Randy. Okay, well, look, I'm gonna give you his number because you need to call him, Randy.
Yeah, here's the number for anybody that wants to reach out
to
me. But
take the number down real quick if you can.
832-429-4576. That's 832-429-4576. And then again, if anybody just wants general
thank you, Randy.
information, yeah,
go ahead.
TheUltimateWellnessGroup.com, The Ultimate Wellness Group on Facebook, The Ultimate Wellness Group on YouTube, The Ultimate Wellness Group on Instagram. The most important thing that anybody that's listening can do is start gaining more knowledge and then put that knowledge to work and see how it does for you.
No
If
doubt.
I tell you anything and it doesn't do you good, I'd like for you to reach out and let me know that.
Once again, and we got, I see LV called back. We're going to take LV. We got about 6 minutes left. Go ahead, LV.
Okay, thank you.
All good.
Yes, sir.